This podcast is sponsored
Anyways,
by
are we on?
Dude Wipes.
Are we on? Here I am scrolling through. Are we really on? Are we- Now, Dude Wipes, you gotta sponsor us as well as
Send me monkey butt powder.
AMB, anti-monkey butt.
The best part is, like, if you guys are ever wondering what's in Dude Wipes, we figured this out. There's methamphetamine, cocaine, and a lot of testosterone.
There's some rage in there. The same rage that Hulk Hogan, rest in peace, had. So every time you wipe your backside, you go, brother! Okay, so that's a really funny story. So last night, Josh was going to hate me. Please, nobody tell him that I told you guys that.
He doesn't listen anyway. It's irrelevant.
Last night, it's been like perfect weather. This is literally the weather that rejuvenates my soul.
72 and overcast.
Yeah, wonderful. And so last night I was sitting on our back porch and I was reading a book, and all of the windows in the house are open because, like, let's open the house, the windows.
Open it up, yeah.
But Josh never likes the bathroom window open, and so, like, I don't ever open it. Well, last night I heard the bathroom door or the bathroom window opening, and so I was like, "What are you doing?" And he was
I know where this is going.
He was like, "I'm just opening the window," and I was like,
"Are you?
Okay."
How come?
So I'm like silently reading.
Oh man, just let it go.
Yes!
Cut it.
And I was like, "Are you doing what I think you're doing right now?"
And he opened the window. At least he gave you some courtesy.
He opened the window so I could hear it all on full display. By the third time, I was like, "I gotta go inside. I can't witness this anymore. I can't be a part of this."
If you guys are wondering why we talking about Dude Wipes and monkey butt powder, it's because we had by this time by its launch we had a men's ministry launch, and these were giveaways. So
yeah, and I walked in today, and on the table is this AMB monkey butt powder and some Dude Wipes, and I was like, "Are we sponsored by that?"
I love the packaging. It says, "Back in the day, we found a dude out of our apartment in Chicago. We were so tired of dealing with dry toilet paper during the aftermath of lunchtime burrito. Something needed to be done, so we created Dude Wipes to put you back on your game whenever nature calls."
Way to go!
I didn't realize these were supposed to be like replacements for toilet paper.
Yeah, and then aren't they flushable?
Yeah,
too?
Yeah.
Although, are they actually flushable? Like, are they biodegradable?
I don't know. It says flushable. It says for flushing.
Some things are considered flushable, but then, like, rip up people's septic tanks.
Oh yeah.
And so I don't know, Dude Wipes. Why don't you reach out to us and let us know if anybody knows the contact for Dude Wipes?
It does say not all systems can accept flushable wipes.
Like some septic tanks will be mad, and I don't.
Ignoring disposal instructions may lead to clogs, property damage, or regulatory violations.
But, like, if we're
that's
being
false
honest,
advertising. Then
if we're being honest, those should be far more flushable than the things that people leave behind.
I love all the ingredients. They have all these crazy ingredients, and one ingredient is in green, and it's aloe barbadensis leaf extract. That must do something.
For chafing.
That must be like the thing where people are like, "I like these. I like."
Well, I mean,
these.
if people are going to Taco Bell, they gotta cool it down, there, soldier.
Goodness
gracious! Sorry, I'm crinkling up. Do you hear this? My ASMR. Hi, everybody. This is not a.
That's a Dude Wipe.
Well, the package.
Yikes!
We get so off the rails.
What up, everybody?
So fast.
You're listening to the world
Lanta.
famous Grease and Grace.
Yeah.
We were listening to instrumental hip hop before we hit the record button, so that's why we're a little amped up. But
I'm trying to find our question of the day. So you talk for a second.
The world famous Chef Kim sitting across from me. My name's Jordan, also known as Pastor Jay by about two people in this world. As you know, every week we take on a new topic. We dive into the greasy and graceful aspects of this life that we live in. It is crazy. This life is wild. I looked at my lady friend the other day, who's my girlfriend, who's also my wife. She's all the things. And I was like, "Hey, humans are a crazy thing." And because we were at like some school event, and she's like, "What made you say that?" And I was like, "We just are." Because I'm watching junior hires walk across, which is funny because that's our topic today. We'll get there in a minute. But I was like, "Dude, this is nuts." So anyway, sometimes we talk about pop culture. Sometimes it's just something that we're like, "Hey, we should give this a run through our blender, our Grease and Grace blender."
Yeah.
But before we punch in and dive in, Kim always gives a little bit of an opening question. You guys get a chance to respond to this if you would do that.
So respond, sucker. Do it. Come on.
I can't believe you brought up Hulk Hogan. I'm still like...
Sad.
So sad.
Oh no, there's a sadness blanket over.
He's the man. Oh, this is my childhood,
brother. That is your middle school, is it?
Let me tell you something, brother.
Is that like middle school for you?
Yeah,
was it?
We're on the middle school train today.
We are, because that's it. So okay, so I found one that like I feel like could fit nicely into.
All right. It could seg. It could seg the way.
Middle school because so guys, if you haven't guessed it, our topic today is middle school.
It is.
We're in our back to school series.
Yeah.
And in middle school,
okay.
I feel like that's when like bullying kind of starts.
Kind of. I was bullying and getting bullied in like third grade. So
you were a bully?
Oh yeah,
Jordan.
Yeah. Hey, if you're getting bullied, you got to find somebody who's lower on the totem pole and feel good about yourself. So for those of you guys that are like, I can't believe you did that.
I might have just been at the bottom.
You guys did it.
Started from the bottom, not with you. Anyways,
got my own podcast.
With 22 listeners. Okay, the question is,
all right,
if you were offered $200 million,
that's a lot of money,
to invite one person to hang out with you, and if they start bullying you within 15 minutes, you get the money. So who are you inviting? Do you want me to re-ask that?
No, so I get it. So you're going to give me $200 million if I bring somebody who is guaranteed to bully me within 15 minutes?
Yes.
Any one of my friends. I mean, that's why we're friends.
You're like, are you a jerk to me? Come on into the circle. Come on, guys. Everyone's
That's what happens, right? That's like every one of my friends. I'm like, hey man, what's going on? They're like, what's up, nerd?
I do that too.
Yeah, like everybody does it. I need new friends. Yeah, come find me. I'd love to be your friend. We can hang out.
Jordan only selects people who are toxic to
it is true.
To his mental well-being.
I'll give you an example of this because I don't think this person listens, but if they do, like, anyway, I was riding my bike the other day.
Yeah.
And people have a problem with electronic bikes. I didn't realize that.
Do they? Why?
Because everybody's insecure.
How do they know?
And
Aren't
like,
you pedaling?
Like my buddy yells at me. He's like, "That's a lazy man's bike," and I just yelled back, "Shut up!" I was like, "Why'd you do that?" Like all the way home, I just wanted to cry.
It's like this unwarranted comment.
Yeah.
Why are people mad at you for your e-bike?
He was running, and I was like, "Dude,
oh,
what are you doing?"
I just saw a dude running the other day with his two kids on bikes, and it was stressing me out.
I know exactly who you're talking about because it was the same guy that yelled at me.
He lives in your neighborhood. I know. That's hilarious.
People start processing elimination. This they're like, "Uh-oh, I know what's up here.
I know who you are." Yeah. I would invite
any one of my friends.
I
mean, I know it sounds so bad, but it's so
I immediately thought my siblings, but of the two, I would invite my middle brother Caleb, because he will roast me in a heartbeat.
Of all the times I've been around you and Caleb, that's the first thing he does. Like I'm like, man, you are rough.
I know. So many people are like so scared to like hurt my feelings and be gentle,
funny.
and I'm like, you have no clue.
I remember when you were remodeling the bean, like I was there and I was helping out a little bit, and he's like there and he's like, "Hey, moron!" And I'm like, "Are you talking to me?" And you were like behind my shoulder, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, that's a positive thing."
It's love. But like, if my brothers are gonna, I am the one who will immediately.
You would get the money so fast.
Yeah, but they would get the money because if they invited me, like I am such a jerk to my brothers because I can be. They know it's out of love. Like the things that I've sent my youngest brother Keith.
That's so funny. That's
the things that I've sent him are like,
man, that's rough.
Good thing they know I love them. I want to show what I've sent. I don't know if I can.
You have like a group text and everybody's just nailing each other.
Just like I send them on Instagram. I send them to him, and so it's like these random videos, and like he never knows when he's gonna get one, and so There's there's one that it's like this very scenic, for those of you who can't see it. I'll read it to you, but it's this like very scenic river scene. It looks really, really nice when you're like looking at the, like, what do you call it, the thumbnail, and then it says the sibling that sent you this wants to say, it's a blessing to watch you grow and accomplish things, considering your parents found you in a dumpster.
Oh man, that's so rough.
Things I sent my brother.
And they're like, I love you, Kim.
Too.
Love you, Kim.
Yeah.
I love you so much.
Listen, I'm the oldest. You
can do whatever you want.
It's my world. They just live in it.
Those oldest people, man. You guys get away with everything.
I always tell them I'm the favorite too because I'm the only girl. So.
Oh goodness.
So that was my question.
All right, y'all.
Your friends, any of your friends?
I mean, I'm not kidding. Like any one of them.
Do you have any of your friends who are really good at it?
We all are. You're one of my friends. We are all stupid good at it.
We are.
And every time it happens, I'm like, you're only doing that because you're my friend.
Yeah.
Because I'm so insecure that I'm like, that hurt.
All right. Catch you next week.
Yep. See you later. And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You know who wouldn't? My wife.
She wouldn't?
No. Like, unless I was pitching an idea.
Sweet.
Like, if I was pitching like a church idea, she'd be like, I don't know about all that.
The other day I told Josh that he shops at the Baby Gap.
Oh my god, he kind of does. That shirt's a little. Yeah, it's right on the cusp.
He's getting bigger ones, and I'm not used to seeing him in like somewhat baggier shirts.
Yeah,
and so he was like, Does it look baggy? And I was like, yeah, but I was like, I'm not used to seeing,
but not in a bad way.
And like baggier clothes because you only shop at the Baby.
Oh my god, at the Baby Gap.
I love my husband,
you.
Guys.
I love you
I
so
do.
much.
He laughed as well. It's good.
Okay. Anyway. On to the
Hello!
topic.
We're talking about middle school.
You know, what's funny is I'm sure that everybody who just heard us like dialogue that we're legitimately like, I can relate. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, that's my friends. Those are my friends.
Yeah.
So.
I'd be curious.
It's an American thing.
The difference. I know. I wonder if people are like that everywhere.
Like, is there's nice people outside of America
who have friends.
Yeah, I've been to foreign countries and people are stupid nice.
No, that's just their accent. They call you mean things with an accent, and you're like, "Thank you."
Except like,
thank you. Can I have another?
Scottish Irish people are like genuinely nice. I feel like.
Are they?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. Let's
talk about junior high. Let's get into this.
So you got to define it.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
You got to be.
I was mixing up
doing
some water
your
here.
Job here. What's your flavor today? What flavor are you working with?
I think that's like a kiwi strawberry.
Pink. Have you ever heard people talk about Kool-Aid?
Yeah.
And the colors, like, you don't call it the flavor.
You know, it's yeah. I believe we did this. We defined last week. First of all, before I give you like an actual definition, but we defined last week that middle school for us is going to be 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Yes.
So just making sure that we're throwing that thing out there.
Yeah.
Because some people middle school is 7th and 8th, and then some people middle school, or there's another word for it, I think, isn't there?
Junior high.
Junior high. Yeah. It could be 6th, 7th, and 8th.
It's really interesting. So when I was growing up, the school that I started going to was all together. The school that our kids go to.
Okay.
Then I moved my sophomore year of high school.
Yeah.
And in the town that I moved in, they have like 18 elementary schools, but then they have a 6th grade center.
Okay.
So everybody from all of the elementaries come together in 6th grade at the 6th grade center. And then and then they go to 7th and 8th grade. And in 7th and 8th grade, they're separated by teams.
Okay.
So you have like these almost like mini schools within one giant school, but you're like separated again before you go to high school. It's super weird. I've never heard of a 6th grade center.
Yeah. Okay. In the United States, middle schools are educational institutions for students between the ages of 11 and 14.
Prime age right there, baby.
Comprise of, talk about bullying. Hello. Comprise grades 6 to 8 with some including grade 5, which that to me just seems absurd. I don't know why you throw 5th graders in there. Anyway.
Because they're weird.
Yeah. Like, oh, you developing too? Come on up. Junior high schools are educational institutions for students between the ages of 12 and 15. So they define middle schools as 11 to 14 and then junior high as 12 to 15 and comprise grades 7 to 9.
Really?
I would never have thought
Ninth?
that. Yeah.
That's weird.
However, some junior high schools and middle schools have established models for grades 7 and 8, which is, I would say, kind of the normal.
Yeah.
Get this, though. The junior high school concept was introduced in 1909 in Columbus, Ohio. Junior high schools were created for bridging the gap between the elementary and high school. Bridging the gap between the elementary and the high school. An emphasis credited to Charles W. Eliot. In the late 19th century and early 20th century, most American elementary schools had grades 1 through 8, and 8 or earlier was often the last year of school for many students because, like, for around here, if you're Amish, you're done.
My friend just found that out, and I was like, you have lived
Really?
in Indiana your entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had no clue.
So for those of you that don't know, like, where we live in America, so it's not uncommon for a lot of Amish kids go to their own schools, but some Amish kids do go to public schools. Regardless, if you go to a private Amish school or a public school, when you get to 8th grade, your parents will pull you and you're done.
Yep.
So
it's time to work.
Yeah, that's kind of where they're at in that regard. As time passed, the junior high school concept increased quickly. New school districts prolified, or systems modernized buildings and curriculum. Expansion continued through the 1960s. John Wiles, author of Developmental Success K through 8 Schools, a principal's guide, said that the major problem for original model was the inclusion of 9th grade. No duh. Because the lack of institutional flexibility due to the requirement of having to earn high school credits in 9th grade. And that the fully adolescent 9th grader in junior high school did not seem to belong with the students experiencing the onset of puberty.
Yeah, that is a weird. 9th grade is a weird.
I would never, have done that.
Addition. That's like, it feels very separate. Junior high feels very separate.
Last thing, middle school format has now replaced the junior high format by a ratio of about 10-1 in the United States.
Oh, okay.
But some school districts have incorporated both systems or a mix of the two. So middle school would be 11 through 14, which would be 6th, 7th, and 8th, would be the standard norm.
Which is what?
We have.
Yeah. You had 6th, 7th, and 8th, right?
I just had 7th and 8th.
Really?
I lived in Illinois, so I
Did
only
you go
had
up to
7th,
6th grade?
Yeah, so elementary school was K through 6. Junior high, not called middle school, was 7 and 8. High school, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Do you feel like there's anything different? Like, now that you're girls, you have one who has gone completely through junior high, middle school, or whatever.
Correct.
Is there anything different? Like,
We'll just call it middle school from here on out. Just for, like, yeah.
Was there anything different? Like,
Well,
I mean, obviously things have changed.
The craziest thing for me was, like, all of when I grew up, all my schools were in different buildings. So my elementary school was different than my middle school, and my middle school was different than my high school. And not only were they in different buildings, they were in different locations.
Like towns?
No, like locations in the town. So they weren't even remotely close to each other.
That's how where Josh grew up. That's
It was weird.
Yeah.
So it was like
So then you come to our town.
The fact that I dropped my kids off at one building and I have done that for 12 years is extremely not 12, 9 years is weird.
Do you drop them off at the front door? At
Go
the very, very front?
So this is the first year that we drop them off at the high school side. Because now they just
that's a long walk for Gianna.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
that's a trek.
She doesn't care. She likes to mosey and loves to wave hi to people.
That's a long way. So for anybody who is not familiar with how our school is set up, it is even though they are all interconnected.
Yep. There's a thing called the link. There's a thing called the link.
And it is like a trek.
It's a never-ending hallway.
It really is to get from the high school. So it's very separated.
Yep.
But like it's still all connected, and there's gyms and and things, pool in between.
Bottom floor on one side is elementary. Top floor on same side is junior high.
Yeah.
Other side is all high school.
Yeah.
So when you drop your student off, you can, if you have like multiple children, you can do either or. You can drop them off because some people drop their all their kids off still at drop off.
Yeah.
I just drop them off at the high school because it's easier to flip around and do what I need to do.
That pickup line, that drop off line.
Oh, pickup line, man!
Whoa.
Still use the pickup line to pick up my
something.
youngest because my oldest is in a sport right now. So that's kind of crazy. But anyway, what's your greases? This is really funny because Bethany and I just had this conversation before we got here because she's like, "What are you podcasting about?" And I told her, and so like this is like round 2 for me because I got kind of all her stuff, which is kind of interesting. But greasy part about junior high, middle school.
So what was like? I think were you the same kind of kid in junior high as you were?
Totally different.
You were totally different.
Totally different than elementary school.
I was
Everything
exasperated.
Changed. Really?
So, yeah, like all of my.
Did everything change or no? You're the same.
No, very much the same.
Things were still out of control.
I was very like my just obnoxious. My level of loud just
increased a little bit.
Increased because like what else am I?
So we're on a trajectory here, and you just keep moving forward. That's what I hear you saying.
Middle school did not.
Okay.
I was not changed.
Nothing
I was
changed.
still very hyper, very loud, very.
I'm still in that boat. It was just a different modification of who I was.
Yeah,
so, I get that.
Okay, so my first Grease, I don't even know. So thinking of like my middle school experience is one that is filled with like so much life, but you don't realize that life is happening.
Okay, so with that said, I got a question for you before you even start. When you're thinking back to middle school, because this is just the conversation Bethany and I just had, do you remember truly the grease and graceful things of middle school, or is it in hindsight? Because now, like we were like kicking around things, and I was like, you're talking about a memory now of back then. But back then, like, let me just give you an example. Middle schoolers are awkward and weird.
Yes.
They do not know that.
No.
They do not know. So, like, for me, so, like, the first thing we were going to talk about was, like, oh, the greasy part, of course, is that you're awkward and weird. I'm like, but it can't be. Because you're not that way when you're in middle school.
But we can talk about it from an outside perspective.
Okay, so you want to be able to embrace
like,
that.
I'm totally cool with, because like, yes, they are awkward and weird. I distinctly remember. So one of the big things that my family liked to make fun of me for. Okay, so one of the biggest greases of middle school is like all of a sudden you have these like public events, like dances.
Oh man!
And middle school dances are the weirdest.
How many did you have?
I don't know. I don't remember. I think we had one for like homecoming. I think we might have had. So like
I remember at least 2.
Homecoming basketball, homecoming football. I think there was one more.
Like a spring or a fall something.
We might have had like 4.
Yeah.
Because
back in the 90s, it was like, let's throw kids in a room together. What could happen?
That's really what it was.
Yeah.
And so, like, I remember, nobody is dancing. I don't know why they have these. If anybody could let us know why schools have these dances.
There's always, like, 3 kids that are like, screw this, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And then, I do remember dancing, though, in junior high.
So do I.
I do remember.
But I remember dancing with all of my friends.
Oh, I danced with some girls.
But, whoa, scandalous.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, I do. No, that was freshman year. I don't think I danced with any
boys.
Any boys?
No.
There was one high school, or not.
That's
high school.
too bad. I'm sorry to hear that.
There was one middle school dance. Listen, I was loud and obnoxious.
Ain't no boy dancing with you.
Not like everybody's like, and I was wild. I was so wild. So, I remember.
They're like, nope, not doing
like
that.
In seventh grade, he ended up just being like a longtime friend. But he like moved. I don't know where he moved from, to be honest. Mm-hmm. But like any new kid, everybody is like, oh, he's gonna be my boyfriend. And for some reason, like,
because he's hot right now.
Exactly.
He's a new commodity.
So
he's the flavor of the week.
I think that we were supposed to be like boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't know.
Oh,
but
man.
He was sick from school that day. And I just remember like at the school dance calling him from the one phone that we had.
Oh, yeah.
That you had to stand in line.
Yeah.
And calling him and being like, can't you just come to the middle school dance?
Oh, no.
And he was like, Kim, I'm sick. My mom won't let me.
Throw up here, man.
But I remember like dancing with a lot of my like friends,
like your girlfriends and whatnot.
I remember. Then we would like get into these like big circles, and like I don't even know the dance moves that I thought
matter.
there was. I was like crisscrossing my legs a whole lot, just back and forth real fast.
Have you ever seen the eccentric dancing thing that's like around? You don't know what that is?
What?
Okay, so there's like people who are like life coaches, and they do this thing called eccentric dancing, and basically it is like a junior high dance, and they're like. And supposedly it does wonderful things for your health.
What?
Because it's just like they're like you need to flare your arms and your feet and like just
go
lots of drums
nervous.
and like there's just it's not like hardcore music at any means, but if you look at them, you're like this looks like a junior high dance.
Well, movement is supposed to
Movement's good.
reset your
Yeah.
nervous system.
Yeah.
I don't think I was dancing like that to reset any kind of system. I think
There was a system being reset. But yikes.
But like I remember dancing like that. But like they're the weirdest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand middle school dances and the purposes of them. Is it because like what else do you do with them?
Right.
Like I don't know.
Right.
I don't have middle schoolers. I'm around pre-middle schoolers at our church.
Well, like I don't. Man, I think there might have been like one or two dances in Kareen's middle school career, and then but they didn't want to go. They were just like, I don't want to do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They
oh
were out.
man. Well, I feel like that's probably changed because for us, like that was the social event.
Most
like,
people have phones now. They're not going.
Yeah, and so if they're gonna do a dance, it's gonna be a TikTok dance, and they're gonna do it in the comfort of their own room or in front of a stranger's car. Like,
And that's what they do. Well, and if they got there, they'd be like, okay, let's all do the same dance and we'll record it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys, stop.
Yeah, that's a really.
You're being real dumb.
I'm so glad that we didn't.
That's my
have-
life with junior hires, though. I'm like, hey, you're being real dumb. And they're like, huh? I'm like, yeah,
yes,
you're.
That's
Anyway.
my first grease and my first grease of middle school is dances.
That's my hardest thing was to come up with like a grease because it was like the conversation was very much junior high is hard because you're coming out of being a child.
Yes.
You get a little bit more freedom because you get a locker.
Yeah.
And then you get to kind of move classes.
Yeah.
But then you're not a high schooler where you like have a car or can drive.
Yes.
So it's like you still need your mommy and daddy.
Very much
But then
so.
again, you don't at the same time. So like in junior high, for the start of school to the end of school, it was kind of like, I am old. And you thought like, this is cool, whatever the case is. And then as soon as you went home, you realized like you still had to wear pajamas and have a bedtime.
Your mom still has a say in the clothes. that you
Yeah,
wear.
she's like, hey, it's 9 o'clock. You got to go to bed. And you're like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, I own a school. Did you know that?
I think that junior high was when we got to stay up till like 9 or 9:30.
My bedtime always creeped up. Yeah, and I was like, I know.
I'm living that dream.
Yeah. And I'd ask people at school, I'd be like, what time you go to bed? They're like, 8:30. I'm like, loser. I go to bed at 8:45. So, congratulations.
Yeah, so middle school I remember was like it's really an interesting time realistically because you're like just trying to figure out
It's so awkward.
who you are.
It's so awkward.
And there's so many different like influences happening at the same time. So I remember when I was in middle school, Spice Girls was the band.
Oh, yeah.
Spice Girls was the band at the beginning of middle school. And so I remember that like I want to say probably my 6th grade year or my 7th grade year, going and shopping at the Limited 2, which we don't have the Limited 2 anymore. And
We don't
they
have
had these
malls
like
anymore.
platform tennis shoes, and I got some
know what you're
white
talking about.
platform shoes, and like overalls were a thing. And I remember like getting all of these like very.
What's really funny is those
Spice
overalls
Girl-
are still popular.
and those shoes
today.
are back in style.
Yep, they're
it's
so-
super weird.
I watch Gianna come out of the house sometimes, and I'm like, you scream 90s junior high. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun to watch it come back. I don't remember looking as like put together and good as any middle schooler now.
That's fair.
Like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
are very.
But fashion's come a long way, too.
Fashion has come a long way, and just like self-care has come a
Well,
lot.
and let's be fair too. Like I think like mom and dads buy more clothes because I remember just like stealing my friends like t-shirts or you know what I mean. Like we didn't have
Yeah.
like really like I don't remember getting new clothes. So
I had like I remember like 2 or 3 outfits.
Yeah,
I could be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong, Mom.
yeah, I was gonna say my mom's gonna be like call me and be like I bought you clothes every year.
My
You destroyed
my
them.
mom actually did that, so I need to on air apologize to Carmen,
Her,
my
Carmen.
mom, because she was like, you made it sound like you were just walking around like this ratchet baby. Like I did not take care of my daughter. I did not brush your
I can
hair
hear her
every
just-
single day, and here you are making me sound like a crap mom. She did not. She took very good care of me. And
You're like
her-
walking out the door and she's like I don't know where you're going, but I'm not done.
like yeah, but. So like yes, they bought me new clothes, but I think it was like a handful of outfits. But also, when I started middle school is when I started working, and so she would only buy a certain amount of outfits, and then I would use the rest of my corny tasseling money.
There it is.
Because I was a corny tasseler.
Yeah.
To
You
buy.
didn't tassel in junior high?
13.
Wow. Talk about child labor.
Yeah, that's 7th grade right there. Wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
And your parents were like, get out.
My mom was like, she would wake up and she's like, are you sure you want to do this? And I'm like, yeah, I want to get my own money so you guys don't tell me what clothes I can and can't wear.
You're riding on some nasty bus with a bunch of people that like have 3 teeth. And
those were the stuff of memories, though. Let me tell you,
goodness.
So many stories.
If you wonder how to do meth, that's where it all came from.
Guys, listen, I don't know how to do meth.
All right, that's fair. So, you must have sat on a different spot on the bus. I didn't ever did tasseled corn, but yeah.
Yeah, it was a party. It was a good time.
I love my wife. Like, I am infatuated with her. She is the best. So let's start with that disclaimer before we go any further. Junior high was just, I mean, I'm a dude, and like women just, and it's not women, they were girls back then, you know, but they started to become real. Yeah. And it was like, I think when you're in elementary school, it's like, like you kissed him on the playground, you know, or whatever. At middle school, you're like, game on. Like, what's going to happen here? You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy. So I just remember like a countless, and this is my greasy thing. You don't know who you are in junior high.
At all.
You don't know what you got or what to give, like what not to give, you know, like or whatever. So there was endless just like throwing yourself out there and just praying that like something would catch you. And I mean, I can't even tell you how many times I threw myself out there to some girl. And she would just be like, oh, is that your heart? Well, let me just stomp on it and run away. And that's middle school 101 for anybody who lived in the 90s. Yeah. It was constant. There was always one girl who had like one boyfriend, and they were like happy as all get out. You, on the other hand, you're over there like, hey, Jen, I love you so much. I think we should get married. She's like,
maybe when you get your potatoes out.
Yeah. She was like, you have a gap in your teeth and wear glasses that change with the sun. I'm not ready to settle down with somebody who looks like they're 45.
That's so true. I do remember, like, you fall so hard.
Oh, you fall so hard.
And it's like over absolutely nothing. I remember.
It's devastation.
Yes. And it's not even like, it was almost like public shaming yourself because, dude, like, at least me.
Our current kids, they have no idea. Because one, they're not dating. So that's number one. And two, like, we weren't dating either. It's like, hey, you want to go out with me? Where are you going?
I remember my parents saying that to me all.
But we were always just like,
where are you going?
We were like, hey, this is my girlfriend. And then you get to school the next day and they'd be like, you get a note in your locker that was folded in a certain way. Yeah. And you open up that note and it was like, I hate you. I can't believe. And then boom.
It's like you get together because like you like somebody's shoes. Like, and then you break up because like their shirt matched yours, and you know, like it's the weirdest reasons for like dating.
It's
and
not
I wasn't even allowed to date either. Like I was not allowed to date. I think even when I was 13, when I was 13, I was allowed to like be in group dates. And so it would be like we're going bowling with a bunch of the like youth group, and it was always like the youth group kids.
Yeah.
And so like
that was the reason to be in youth group.
Yeah,
because you're like, I get to go somewhere.
Yeah, you get to go somewhere, and like I can invite my quote unquote boyfriend.
And let's be fully transparent. Youth group back then was not like it is now, because it was all just hanging out. They'd be like, hey, we're gonna watch a movie in the dark, and you're like, I love that.
My youth group in middle school was absolutely phenomenal. So much fun. I'm pretty sure that the youth leaders might have like been figuring out their own lives.
Oh yeah. Most youth leaders are. Yeah.
Like, I don't know if they were even in their 20s at that point.
I had a friend in youth ministry, and all he would do is just hook people up. Like, that was his whole MO.
He's like, this is my matchmaking business.
Yeah, he would do that. He was like, he had like a actual tangible piece of paper that like of success rates. And he was like, so he would just like, oh yeah, I'm going to teach, or whatever tonight. And he would be scanning like, Okay, you and you. And I'm like, dude, I don't know if you can do that. But he did.
I don't think so. This was the 90s.
Yeah, it was not, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't remember like any kind of like Bible lesson.
No,
anything.
no,
Just, like,
there was none.
you're just hanging out.
And if there was, I wasn't listening because I was hanging all over some girl trying to hold her hand.
Which is like so greasy now.
Oh,
like,
it's so greasy.
Thinking of like any 7th grader, like y'all are babies. You have no business.
So we had the guys from the theater.
Yeah.
And we talked about this a little bit, but like in my hometown, we had a theater and it was $1.50 to get into the theater.
Yeah.
And my mom and dad were oblivious to life, you know, and we're like, hey, it didn't matter what was playing. We went on a Friday night. And what did you do? You sat in the back with your dudes, and then the girls rolled in, and then it was like, okay,
bye.
Let's see what happens, you know? And then your buddy, like, behind you would be like, hey, man, hold her hand, you know, or whatever. And then it would happen. Uh-huh. You're holding some girl's hand. You're watching the movie. Everything is good. And then the movie ends, and the girl's like, I hate you.
It's like the weirdest ending. Like, it's like you don't know what to do, too. Because, like, okay, so your arm is, like, around this girl, and she's, like, awkwardly, like, sitting because she's like, do I get up first? And,
exactly.
Like, everybody's questioning literally everything. Like, and so, like, you are in your own mind. Yeah. She's in her own mind.
100%.
Everybody is, like, watching to see what happens.
My buddy Jim had, like, a 9-iron in his pants, and he threw it at the screen. And, like, I mean, and my other buddy Jason's, like, legitimately making out with his girlfriend behind me. It's just this total cluster of, like, what is happening?
It is mass chaos.
If you guys don't even know. You have no stinking clue.
Yeah, I can 100%.
I can't even tell you the last time that I walked into the theater, 2 people were making out. Like, that, which is wild to me.
I don't think that I've ever noticed it.
Pick any Friday in 1990, and it doesn't matter if you're in junior high or high school or college. Guaranteed somebody's in the back.
Yeah.
Just letting it go.
That's because now we have phones, and so people are too scared.
I guess. Oh, yeah, it's true. Like, people, like, turn on the phone, like, check this out. Because, you know, I do it. I'd be the first person. I'd be like, Jay.
Look at that angle, guys. Yeah, junior high is like, it's so.
That's my grief, man. It was just constant, like. And the same, it wasn't even just like girls, it was everything.
Yeah.
School was like that.
Yeah.
Like you'd be like, oh man, ace that test. Boom. Brick wall. Like you get an F, you know?
Yeah, I remember school like was rough.
Oh, rough.
That was middle school was when 9/11 happened, and I remember we were in the middle of a test.
I was in high school during that, but I was close. I was right in front of you. Yeah.
We were in the middle of a test.
No,
and, like,
I would have been in college.
No, you would have not.
Yeah, because I was at an apartment at that time.
Mm-hmm. You're not that much older than me.
Yeah. How old are you? Let's do it.
I'm 36.
43. So yeah, I was in my first year of college. Because I remember
5 years. I'm like doing math.
Yeah, I remember sitting in my apartment. I was like, no, I wasn't.
I was like,
school.
is that senior year?
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah, I just remember like. We had to still take the test after we literally watched.
You watch people die and they're like, all right.
Horrific thing. And then our teacher was like, okay, guys, we got to get back to our.
Your social study teacher just like hits the power button. He's like, okay, well, obviously this is a tragedy. And it would be a tragedy if we do not take this test today. And you're like, what?
What just happened? Emily's crying in the corner right now. I remember, like,
and Jack's trying to console her. Like, he's like, "This is it. This is it.
She's gonna be my girlfriend because of the way I gave her a hug after she freaked out." We're getting married next week.
It's so true. Like you're young and dumb. You're like, how many X amount of people died? You're like, this is my shot.
That's so true.
It's so true.
That really is. Like, that is all of junior high. I don't know if there's anything else that you
That's
can
the
remember.
human condition.
It's just like junior high and middle school. You like hormones are raging.
You have any graceful
You were
things?
trying to figure it out. Some of my I made solid friendships.
That was mine. When Bethany and I were sitting around talking about this at lunch, I was like, those are the years where I just my dudes started to become my dudes in those formative years.
I have a friend who, like, we had hung out before, but I think there comes a point in your, like, consciousness, maybe, I don't even know, or I don't know what it is, but, like, when you start, you're able to, like, hang out with these people outside of school. Like, everybody is friends, you know, up until, like, 4th grade, 5th grade, and everybody's friends. But then you get into this, like, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, and these are your, like, ride or die homies. Like, and I had a nice little entourage of people, and it's like, looking back now, I'm like, we were a weird group.
It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter. Yeah. That's the graceful thing about junior high is you can look like a moron, you can act like a moron, you can be a moron, and all of your little moron friends are like. It's like the island of misfit toys.
Yeah, it really is.
You are allowed to be here.
Yeah, it really is.
That is
true.
That is 100% true.
Yeah, I that was when just solid friendships were formed, and that, unfortunately, back over to, like, the Greece side. That's also when you start to become a lot more cognizant of, like, are you part of, like, a group?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because there's some people, in junior high that don't have one.
Correct. Yeah. And I remember, like, desperately wanting to be part of, like, the popular group, whatever that means. I don't know what that means, but, like, they always had, like, that was when we were in school too.
We'll talk about that next week because I learned the hard way that there is no such thing. It's just
really?
a group. It's
That's
just a group. Even to this day, like, there is no such thing as a popular crowd. It's just a crowd.
Yeah.
That's it.
But, like, when you're, like, trying to figure it out, like, I was so desperate to just be part of this, like, little, like, collection of people who, like, they all wore name brand things. When we were going to school, if you wore, like, Old Navy, Tommy Hilfiger, Gap,
Gravity
everybody
cologne.
had a Gap sweatshirt, Adidas shoes with the 3, like, all these name brands.
Clamshells.
Yeah. And so you're trying to figure all of this out, and you're like, well, obviously this is why they're popular, because they have all of the name brand things on there. And you start, like, recognizing, you're a little bit more cognizant of, like, what is making me different that I'm not in this group. And you really start kind of, like, learning life.
I don't disagree with you at all. I think that's so true, because you're learning how people respond. You're learning how people react.
Yeah.
It's the first time in your life where people give their opinion on something and it matters to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so. I'd be interested to actually hear from, like, a
neurologist.
Neurologist's
there you go.
Viewpoint on, like, the developmental stages that happen in our brains, because, like, newborns, I feel like, are taking in a lot of information.
Sure.
I feel like in my head, like, junior high has to be the same, like, snaps, like,
well, and you got like things still developing all the way up to, you know, freshman, I would say even after college things are still developing, but junior high is one of those weird
take a lot of
spots.
information in.
Yeah.
And you're just a lot more aware of what people are saying.
Well, and words hurt then too.
Yeah.
You know, so, like, it's one of those things where if somebody, you're like, I don't know, I'm still probably trying to recover from junior high.
There are some times that I'm like, but they said this mean thing to me in junior high. And
or, like, people yell at me, they're like, look at that stupid bike. I'm like, I like my bike. I like it so much. Like, and then you got people who just don't care about anything,
That's
you know, which
true.
is on the other side of things. But yeah, like, in junior high, I'm gonna go back to your graceful thing because it's so important. Like, in junior high, those were my homies. Like, 100%.
Yeah.
Like, friendships are everything then.
It is. And so, my goal is, like, for both of my boys to, like, by middle school, know who at least you're looking for in friends, because, and so, like, I'm not telling them, like, this is a bad person, this is a good person, but I'm like, trying to set up this frame of thinking where, like, with Miles specifically, because Miles is a follower, and he has the potential to be a good leader, but he naturally just is like, well, I'm just gonna follow the idiot, and I'm like, that is not a safe place to be.
But man, do they have fun.
I know. I'm like, oh my goodness. But I constantly am, like, telling him, okay, so the way that this kid made you feel today, is that somebody that you want to be around? And, like, trying to, like, set these foundational thoughts now, because I'm like, please, I know that middle school is just going to be a weird time, but
It
at
is.
least it's going to be a weird time with like some solid friends who like at least try and keep you on the right.
There's no high five, no hug that you get today like you got back then.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember like when we all dumped out of the car that mom and dad drove us in to that theater, and we hit the sidewalk, and it was like, "What up, dude?"
Yeah,
you
just
know,
a bit like arm swing
oh
back. And, yeah.
man! And then there was some punches thrown and some like, "Hey, loser!"
Yeah.
You know, $200 million right there, easy money.
Yeah. The
But there was
banter
just
starts
so
then.
much like it didn't matter, like because these were your people. And then high school things start. I mean, we'll talk about that next week. Like high school things start going away. But man, like in junior high, it was like we're gonna be friends forever.
Everybody's weird, and so nothing is weird.
Yeah.
Like everybody is weird.
That's true. Yeah. If everybody's weird, nobody's weird.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's kind
of like COVID. If everybody's sick, nobody's sick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Last year, at our church, our children's director asked me to come and help out with one of the like middle school retreats.
Yeah.
And I just remember like sitting around and just almost the same way that I did as a girl middle schooler myself, just like watching these boys and being like, you guys are the weirdest.
Stupid weird. And they don't know it. But they do not.
Weird.
They are so oblivious to what's going on. Like I watched Gianna with her friends, and I'm like, y'all are morons. Like just stupid morons.
Yeah, I'm slowly we're starting to get to this like weird stage with Miles.
Well, the best part is they look back at you and they're like, you're
the
dumb. Yeah. Like, and I love that. That is like so warping to me because they're like, let's talk about who's
Your
dumb.
vocabulary in junior high allows you to like
Oh my word.
actually speak back with your parents, but you still don't fully understand the things that you're saying, the gravity that you're talking. But in your head, you're like, I'm an adult. I can do all
and you
these
can watch
things.
it. Like if you sit across from a junior higher, like you can see it in their eyes where they think I'm smarter than you. I'm like, I don't know if like I'll give you a great example. So you're gonna crack up over this.
I can't wait.
So the other day we go to this ceremony, which is for a society of people who are smart, right?
Yes.
And so it's
I was
been around
never
for a long. I was never in that either. As a matter of fact, I'm sitting next to a buddy of mine, and I was like, I would get kicked out of this thing so fast. Like I wouldn't even be in it. Like I wouldn't even be in this society or whatever. So anyway. They started the whole ceremony with the pledge, which was fine.
Yeah.
And then they go through like what this society is and all this other stuff. The junior high students, 8th graders who are on the stage. This is at least 35 minutes away from the pledge.
Okay.
Now they got to give their what do you call it? Like the oath, right? For this society or whatever.
Yeah.
So the people who are leading it are like, we want you to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I kid you not, because I'm still laughing about this. 4 girls on the stage started the pledge.
What?
100%. So they we're supposed to stand, raise their right hand, and recite this oath.
Yeah.
4 of them turned towards the flag, put up their hand to give the Pledge of Allegiance. And I was like, nope. I was like, and I'm going, this is a smart kid thing?
That's hilarious. Because I would be.
I would just watch them do it. I was like, that. If you want to encompass junior high in one, 20-second, short, that was it. They were just like, and I looked over at Bethany and I said, did you see what just happened?
That's hilarious. Yeah, it's middle school. It's hard to grease and grace because as much as I remember the greasy things, of,
right.
the breakups and whatever and the weirdness, I also fully embrace it because it's
who you are.
It is who I am.
Yeah.
And I feel, once again, I'm going to continue to say it, but you got to be just a kid.
100%.
There was nothing else.
You got so much grace. You got so much grace.
And you just got to be. We didn't have phones recording things. We had all of the time.
Yeah.
We had no responsibilities. By this time, hopefully you were earning some type of allowance. So if you wanted to go somewhere, you could spend your own money
You could be bad at a sport. People were graceful about it.
Oh, I was terrible.
You could be good at a sport. People are like, that makes sense. He's just peaking early, you know, whatever. Like, it's all good.
Yeah.
Like, there was so much grace in the junior high realm because it was like, and then you're getting this attitude. And so people were graceful with you about that because they're like, he's in junior high. You know how
You're
it is.
in a weird moment in life, buddy.
Yeah. There's all these emotions that take place. And you just go, That's what they do.
Tracks.
It's fine.
It's so like it is kind of hard to grease and like have a separate grease and grace because like when you think of it as a whole, those middle school years, like it is so much life that has happened.
Yeah.
That you're like, man, that was so good. Like
I don't disagree with you.
It was so much fun. I think it's one of the last times too where you don't have any responsibilities. Like it is, you are allowed to mess up.
100%.
It's almost like in junior high, I hope you mess up.
You need to. Yeah.
I hope you mess up.
Because if you don't, you're setting yourself up for failure for a long time.
Yes, and it's like even though like it's hard, like I hope that like your quote unquote girlfriend, you know, breaks up with you. I hope that those things happen, so that you can start to cope and recognize that like the world continues to move on. Like there's some serious life lessons that happen during middle school that I hope are still happening.
This one was tough because I feel like with elementary school, like I just remember like, and I can put myself in that moment to where I'm like, oh, this was greasy, this was graceful. High school, I feel like it's very similar because I just remember it. You know, junior high, we were just sitting at the table like eating lunch, and Bethany's like, "What do you think?" And I was like, "Man, I don't know. Like, I just have this hard time. I'm with you. I have a hard time putting the two separate when they're together.
Yeah,
you know, because it was like." This at 1 second it was really greasy and I hated it, and then at the other second it was like, this is amazing. Like we should do this all the time. You know. So anyway, what do you want to hear?
I think I want to keep rolling with the pictures. I think I've got a middle school picture of yours. I'll show you my middle school. That was
I 100% sent you a middle school picture.
You did, and my
wait till you see my senior photo.
I don't think I just found my senior photos. I just showed my kids. They've never seen pictures of me as a kid.
That's fantastic.
And so like they were like, who is that? But middle school, this was one of the limited two.
That is
I was trying out like a new curl situation. So your teeth are weird, your hair is weird. Everything's weird, man. I remember middle school for my brother. He grew at a weird in a weird way. So I remember like the growing phase is
like
really
a gorilla, just like
his arms. Like I remember one day his arms were like past his knees, and we were like, "What is wrong with you?"
He just comes out the room. You're like, you should just go back.
He just had these like really long arms, and like then his like your nose gets weird, and then you kind of pudge out like the guys do.
You do pudge out.
You pudge out before you shoot up a little bit. Your feet like Caleb grew in the weirdest proportion ever.
Funny.
You're like your guys' voice dropped so many weird
There was a kid at the
things.
Ceremony, and he started talking, and I was like, oh, don't worry, buddy, that won't stay. That won't be there forever. It's like, hello and welcome to... And I'm like, oh, man. Like, you just feel for him.
Yeah. Oh, there's such weird moments, but they're golden moments.
They are. So. They're fantastic.
So, but I want to keep seeing pictures.
All right, that's fair.
I'm so hoping that people share their pictures. We shared ours, so look at our Facebook page.
We don't have time to answer it, but I would love to hear people's... Like, your teachers change so much.
Yeah.
I would love to hear who your favorite teacher in junior high was. Like, that is a fantastic
I don't have
question.
A favorite. I have one that I despised.
See, and okay, I'll throw that in there too. Like, who's your worst teacher?
She made me so mad all of the time. All of the time, she made me mad.
Sometimes, some of your teachers are super easy to remember. Some of them, you're like, oh yeah, that guy. Mm-hmm. Go back in your, like, if you still have, like, your yearbooks. And, I mean, when you open those, you're like, oh, I hated that lady. Or, man, I love that lady, or whatever the case is.
I do remember our yearbooks. Like, when we started getting them in middle school, the, like, format had changed. And they were, like, sharing all of these, like, the last 3 pages were, like, news of what was happening this year. And I remember when we would get our yearbooks and he'd be like, who needs to read this? Now I look back and I'm like, oh my goodness, it's like a time
It
capsule.
is. And with everybody's writing on it, I don't even think I'll let my kids like read the yearbooks yet because there's everybody wanted to write like bad words and draw pictures in it and stuff like that. It was just such a different time.
I don't remember. I remember people signing it, but I don't think that I got any. Like,
I think I had a friend in high school. He signed my yearbook like, "Let's get drunk and die." And just like stuff that's just so out there and random. You're like, what?
And at that point, like you don't even know what gets
you're
you
like,
drunk
I
yet.
don't know
Like,
what just took place, but you know,
you're drinking root beer, thinking that's
yeah.
what's gonna do it.
Like, man, that's you took a shot there, bud. You took a real long shot there.
Yeah, I don't know if I have anything like that.
Favorite, so favorite or non-favorite teacher, and then what was the one thing that's not around anymore for you when you were in junior high that like left, like
so what you had in your middle school experience,
that like
is
no longer, and that could be either you personally, like something that happened, like Caleb's arms, for example, or it could be like for us, we were talking about like we didn't have phones or whatever
phones,
those type of things.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool
Did
to hear.
Y2K happen in middle school for me?
I cannot remember when that took place.
I'm trying to remember like when that was. I think Y2K was not middle school for me.
I don't know.
Moment. Anyways,
we're out of time. Hey, don't forget to share your thoughts with us. We love hearing from you guys. If you have stories, questions, or even suggestions on future topics, drop us a line. Rate, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends and your family. Say, hey, remember junior high? And then drop them this episode right in their lap. And then you guys can have a great conversation about it later on. You can reach out to us on social media or Grease and Grace pod at gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, we'll talk to you real soon.
Goodbye now.